How to start SMS text blasting. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and we are live. And what I'm going to do today is share with you exactly how to start SMS text blasting in 2025. Now, the crazy part is everyone's been telling you, oh my gosh, SMS doesn't work anymore. SMS is too expensive. It's a terrible method. And the truth is, SMS is actually at its greatest point ever in the history of SMS text blasting. That is how crazy this is. This is absolutely nuts that I'm sharing this, but we're at the point now where one of the greatest marketing strategies of all time in wholesaling is now SMS text blasting. And I'll be sharing with you exactly today, step by step, my entire SMS text blasting course. So if you want to know exactly how to start texting motivated sellers, actually start getting a ton of wholesaling real estate deals, I'll be sharing with you exactly everything you need to know today on how to start SMS blasting these sellers. I'm also going to show you how to do it for free. So if you have no money, I will show you how to do it absolutely for free too. Now, here's the thing. Everybody says, oh, wait, what do you mean? I heard SMS costs a lot of money. I mean, it does, but also you can do SMS text blasting 100 completely % free today. And so I'm going to show you kind of the paid way that kind of everyone is doing it. And then I'll show you the free way of how you can do it absolutely for free without spending any money. So this is my complete SMS course guide tutorial. I should probably sell some stupid, crazy, fat mentorship with this, but I absolutely do it for free. So let's break it down and let's share exactly how to start SMS text blasting. So let's talk about first and foremost, what is SMS texting? SMS text blasting is the art of finding motivated sellers, okay, through text blasting. That is it. SMS text blasting is the art of finding motivated sellers through SMS messaging. Now, you might be like, well, what's the difference between cold calling and texting? Well, there's some key differences we need to talk about right now. First and foremost, SMS and cold calling are completely different. Now, cold calling is the art of just going out here on your phone and just calling somebody up, right? So cold calling might be going out here, and that's a good example. But hey, Mr. Seller, are you interested in selling your property? That's basically what you do, right? And you call, someone picks up, you talk, you call again, someone picks up, you talk, and that's what cold calling is, right? With SMS text blasting, you're able just to basically click a button and motivated sellers get sent text from you saying, hey, you're interested in selling your property? It's pretty much what texting is. And it's really interesting. There's a lot of differences now with it. And the interesting part is it is a little more regulated than when I got started in 2016. But with these regulations, it has created an opportunity for AI to come in. And probably one of my favorite parts is we have made it really dang cheap to do. And so there's pros and cons to both. I would tell you right now, by far, this is the best time ever getting into SMS and cold calling. Now, a lot of people ask, well, Zach, why is it so interesting or so good to start going actually out here and into cold calling and texting and all these things? Well, the reason is we actually have case law now, okay? Case law now to protect us for cold calling, okay? Now, let me actually show you exactly what I talk about. But there was a case law that actually dropped this year, okay, in June 2025. All right. And this thing completely changed everything when it comes to wholesaling real estate. Okay. Not too long ago, this case law just dropped. I mean, it's June, July. I mean, it's about 2 months old. But basically what happened was cold calling and texting. So basically, a federal court has now held with actual case law that calling and texting through telephone, right, is not considered solicitation. So let me explain this again. The court has held that buying a house is not telephone solicitation, and it really never was. But guess what? This means we can call and text without dealing with the FCC's regulations on TCPA, the do not call list, and all these things. People were being sued and going through all these stupid lawsuits for calling and texting back in the day when I was getting into it. Guess what? Now we have federal case law absolutely sharing right now that no, we are protected. So this is from an actual lawyer, so you can read this. But again, you can read this whole article. It's basically just talking about the case of coffee versus fast, easy offer. And somebody basically sued somebody for leaving a call and a text. And the court said, no, if you're offering to buy somebody's property for cash, you are not, you can't be sued for calling or texting. I want everyone to know this. I've been telling people this for years and years and years. I've been saying this for you. I said, hey, it's not constitutional. I'm telling you, I read the Constitution. I read the TCPA. I read all of the laws. And I'm telling you, I said, no one's ever really been sued for just doing a text and a call. Like, it's TCPA violation, but no one's actually done a civil lawsuit on basically offering to buy somebody's house for cash. Never really happened. But guess what? I said, once it goes to a federal court, it will be struck down and cold calling will be all legal and good. And everyone said no. And then some real estate like people just said, you know what? I'm done cold calling. You know, it's illegal and terrible. And this whole lawsuit came through, and now wholesaling real estate is all good, which is insane. Okay. Like crazy. And so now we're probably in the best time ever to get in cold calling and texting. And so I'm pretty excited about that. So SMS versus cold calling. So cold calling is an outbound strategy, just like SMS blasting. But you got to remember that SMS text blasting is like 200% easier. I mean, just think about it. You just click a button, and that's pretty much it. You click a button, and 5,000 texts can be sent out. You can't really do it at the cold calling. That's the big difference, because number two, it is way scalable. Like in 2 seconds, you can go out here and send like 10,000 texts. This is why it's so awesome to do SMS text blasting. It's very scalable. Also, my favorite part about this is it is completely, really legally able to do. I just got to show you exactly how to legally get it done the right way. But you can go do SMS text blasting with AI. Absolutely amazing. So AI can literally text all of your sellers back and do all of your work. Now, back in the good old days when I was a young whippersnapper, okay, in 2018, 2019, which was 6 years ago, Jesus. Oh, okay. That was 6 years ago. I needed to sit down for a second. But yeah, back then, I used to be able to send text out like thousands of texts a day, but I had no AI. AI wasn't a thing. And so I had to have a team of VAs, and I had a team of myself manually texting these people back and going on the phones and qualifying and doing all this stuff. And it wasn't bad, but the thing about it is it kind of sucked. I had to go out here and text everyone back. And here's the thing with SMS text blasting. If you don't text somebody back within like 2 or 3 minutes, the lead goes super, 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 super cold. And the cool part is now AI is going to be not instant, because the way the AI is set up, you don't want to instantly text back because that's a little creepy. That looks a little too AI-ish. It's like it texts you a little bit, but it doesn't. It's crazy, right? And so AI is be able to text all the sellers back pretty much instantly. And the ones that are qualified just go straight in the CRM, and ones that aren't don't go in the CRM. And so what I'm telling you is SMS versus cold calling, right? Very clear differences. And those are the pros. SMS is not perfect. I will let you know there are some cons, okay? There are some big cons to SMS, which we'll talk about. Number one is A2P. Okay, the A2P in the opt-out language is required. A2P sucks. I don't know how much other ways I can do it. It takes about 70 minutes to get A2P approved. And we'll talk about A2P a little bit more today, but A2P is basically the federal regulations on SMS text blasting. And so the way A2P works is, okay, let's talk about the good of A2P and the bad. Okay, the problem is, the good of A2P is I can click a button and send 10,000 texts in a minute, and they're all going to be sent. That's pretty dang good. You know that, so I can send 10,000 texts and they're all get approved. Roger that. I'm all for that. And the carriers are actually like, yeah, like I actually want you to do it. Like you're okay with doing it. The con is you have to get approval, and you have to get your government information and your EINs. And if you're not an EIN, there's sole proprietorships. You have to have a website and all these things. Now, before you go roll your eyes, say, "Oh my, I don't want to make a website." Blah, blah, blah. A2P is actually pretty easy to get. Like it takes about 70 minutes and like $30, and you're A2P approved. But the thing about A2P, which really sucks, takes about 70 minutes to really fill out the information and get it all done pretty much perfectly right. And I'll show you exactly how to almost get the best chance, like almost like a 95% accuracy of getting it like approved. I'll show you how to do that too. Now, the other con of SMS text blasting is the cost usually end up being a lot more versus calling, probably about 25 to 30% more. And so currently, the cheapest SMS text blasting that you can currently find is about 1 cent per text. And there are costs to using the AI bots. If you want to include AI bots for, if you just want the AI to text the sellers back for you, if you don't, if you're doing a lot, like 50,000 texts a month, you probably should. And then the other thing that kind of sucks is there's Twilio suspensions, the monitoring. If you kind of abuse the system, you could get suspended from Twilio, which everyone uses Twilio. Twilio is kind of the carrier, the intermediary between you and the seller. They're kind of who everyone uses. And so there's pros and cons to it. Like, for example, if you have to have opt-out language on your initial texts. Now, if you abuse the system, Twilio is going to suspend you potentially. And then in the end, you have to redo everything, which kind of sucks. So the A2P is kind of it's a pain in the butt. But if you know how to do it the right way and you know how to kind of go through the process of text blasting, which I'm going to do today, it's going to be pretty fun and exciting. Now, again, everyone talks about, oh, I have to do A2P, I have to do this, and that's a lot of work. Well, isn't cold calling a lot of work? Like, isn't cold calling for 5 hours a day a lot of work when you just click a button and have the SMS do all the work for you? I mean, I'm being just straight up with you. Everyone talks about, oh, the A2P, it took me 2 hours to set up my texting. But now you don't have to set it up anymore for the next 5 years. And everyone complains about it, but no one complains that you can send 30,000 texts in a month and you just click a button once a week and it all gets done for you. And then all the motivated sellers just get thrown in your CRM. No one complains about that, though. Huh. Interesting. Right? And that's the truth here. Everyone's complain, but I'll be honest with you, like, that's a pretty good deal. I'd take that all day. So let's break this all down and let's share this. So let's get it going and let's do it. So first and foremost, SMS isn't perfect, but I got some really good news. I'm going to show you today how to crush these issues and start text blasting motivated sellers ASAP as soon as possible. And I'm going to make SMS the easiest guide ever in 2025. So let me get this done out front. Okay, let's get my bias aside. Okay. So yes, it is true. It is true. The sexiest, most ripped, okay, most funniest, most awesome, good-looking wholesaler of all time does own XLeads. I will tell you this. I'm guilty. Okay, it is not a coincidence. The smartest, richest, best-looking wholesaler of all time, Mr. Steal Your Girl of wholesaling, does own XLeads. This is an issue. And I will tell everyone my bias up front. So I made XLeads about a year ago. And the reason I made XLeads was, first and foremost, there was no software that just did everything. You had to buy 15, 30 different softwares. You had to spend $1,600 a month to get everything done, right? Let's talk about SMS to a point, right? SMS text blasting, you'd have to, every software to start text blasting, you would have to get that on top of your data platform, your CRM, your Dispo, and all these things, right? And if you wanted to get your A2P approved on another texting, you had to go buy WordPress and then make a website. And you had to have like 13 different, you had to get like 13 different sites. So I made one basically software where you did everything. You had a dialer, you had texting, you had websites you can create for your A2P, you had A2P approvals done through the site, you had data, you had free unlimited skip tracing, you had comping, you had all of it, right? And I basically called it XLeads. And basically that means text blasting gets done through XLeads. And I was able to do it for all starting at about $81 a month. So if you get the annual plan of the XLeads Basic, it's about $81 a month, or about $97 if you do the monthly. So that's a pretty good deal. I think you get 25,000 skips on the basic plan. I mean, it's the deal of a lifetime, right? So I want everyone to understand this. I do own XLeads. XLeads is by far the cheapest texting platform, the highest quality, and it's connected to your CRM, and the dialer is connected to it, and all these great things. But again, some of y'all might be like, well, Zach owns XLeads. This is not going to be an XLeads infomercial today. All right, I'm just letting everybody know. I'm not making this an XLeads infomercial. I'm just going to say it out front. This is the one that I suggest. You can use any other texting platform. I'll let everyone know every other texting platform is going to charge you $200 or $300 a month just to start. And then you have to pay per text on top of that. And then you have to go pay for a skip tracing platform. Then you have to pay for a website to get your A2P approved. And then you got to pay for a comping software. And then you got to pay for an e-signing service. And then you got to pay for an AI to get connected. I'm just letting everybody know. Okay. So again, XLeads is an all-in-one wholesaling software. So this might seem like a biased tutorial. Use whatever SMS software you want. Okay. I am all for it. You do not need to use XLeads. This is going to be kind of more generally done, so you can use it for XLeads, but you can also use it for whatever software you want. But just letting you know, I'm even going to show you how to do it for free. If you don't have any money, I'm going to show you how to text blast for free too. So yes, there is a slight bias. I just will let everybody know up the front. Okay, everyone's just to lie about it. I'm just telling you, I own XLeads, and everyone's canceling their software and getting XLeads. And so yeah, just letting everybody know. Just being honest. Okay, so now we know. Now we got that off the bat. Now the haters are satisfied. Let's break this down. Okay, what is XLeads compared to other wholesaling softwares when it comes to SMS? XLeads is $97 a month for everything. The average SMS software is like $2.99, and then you have to pay like 5 cents a text. XLeads is 1 cent per text. Every other software is like 3 to 4. XLeads has an AI SMS bot. Most text blasting softwares don't even have that option. Other SMS, and just letting everybody know, every other text blasting software, you have to do A2P. Let me snap everyone back. You have to get A2P. Even if you want to use the $400 a month texting service, you still have to do the same A2P. Just letting you know. Also, XLeads SMS has a CRM. We also have 25,000 free skip traces on the basic plan. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. There's not one text blasting service that has all this, and there probably never will be, because I don't try to make money on XLeads. I literally just do it for the cheapest I possibly can, and we have the best customer service in the game. So pretty dang cool. Okay, now the XLeads stuff's out of the way. Let's go back into the SMS text blasting portions. Okay, so SMS text blasting. Before I get into the step-by-steps, there's a couple terms I need to tell you. And some of these terms might seem a tad confusing, okay? So let me just let you know about this, okay? It might seem a tad confusing here. So let me just go over some of the terms. First term is A2P. Now, I've been talking about A2P a lot, but let me just kind of get more of an explanation of A2P again. A2P stands for application to person, okay? Now, what is A2P? Instead of texting sellers from your personal cell, you can send text through a software like XLeads, like a wholesaling platform, right? Now, why does A2P exist? Well, people were just basically spamming like crazy, and it got really out of hand. So you just got to get approval from AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon that you can start sending hundreds of thousands of texts a month. They require businesses to register to start sending bulk texts. Why it matters? Because if you do a lot of texting on like a large scale basis and you're not A2P approved, you're going to get spam and flagged. Now, if you do get A2P, you get your deliverability, it protects your business, and it's a pretty professional. Now, I was sending hundreds of thousands of texts a week before A2P approvals. And yes, go point at me. I'm probably one of the main reasons A2P is a thing. I did abuse the system, but I made a lot of money from my abuses, and it was all legal. Okay. There used to be a couple platforms back in the day when I was a young man. I was about 18, 19. No, I was about 20 years old. So that was 5 years ago. Oh, way too long. But yes, 5 years ago, for $200 a month, I kid you not, you were able to send unlimited text messages. Think about that for a second. $200 a month, unlimited. And basically, you could text as many people as you wanted to. And I was making a lot of money. So I was really like, Do you know the meme? What guy? Do you know the meme from the whatever that Pixar movie is? The lizard meme. It's like lizard, lizard, lizard. This was me. I was just like text, 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 and I was just dot 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 dot. And you had to manually send text back then, so I was just like dot 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 dot. I legitimately did 100,000 of those every single week. Like I used to watch Naruto and just do this. I watching Naruto on Netflix. No joke. No joke. That's what I did. Boom, 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 boom. That was literally what and if you're an old man in wholesaling like me, wholesaling is like dog years. So if you wholesale for 5 years, that's like 35 years in regular industry. But I kid you not that I used to send hundreds of thousands of texts every single week. Insanity. And it got really bad. Like I would just spam it. I was making so much money. It was disgusting. Like it was absolutely disgusting. Like if you go back and watch like my first live streams on this YouTube channel, like I was talking about it. It was insanity. Okay. Now that got really bad. So they had to go, stop some of the abuses, i.e. me. And so it was insane. And so what you basically have to do is you have to register your business branding campaigns with the SMS providers. And it's all done. You know, it's like pulling permits. You can build without it, but you're going to get shut down pretty dang fast. So that's what A2P is. Now, how do you apply for A2P? Well, let's use XLeads for an example. Okay. Inside of XLeads, you basically just go buy a phone number. So you go to settings, phone number, you buy a phone number, and you just submit your A2P approval and you fill out the information. It's pretty simple. So you buy a phone number, then you go to phone numbers and there's like apply for A2P and you just fill out the information. Now, how do you get almost insane like 95% chance you're getting your A2P approved in under 24 hours? It's pretty simple. All you need to do is we just dropped this. We have an A2P instruction video on the XLeads Help Center. And basically how that works is if you just go to xleads.com, and guys, you don't need to use XLeads. Like if you're using another text blasting software, no problem. But let's just go to xleads.com. You know, I'm not trying to plug it or something, but just go to xleads.com. Just refresh this. Okay. So if you go to resources and then you go to Help Center right here, all you need to do is just scroll down to where it says A2P and website setup, and our entire A2P.
This is when you get
look at that.
started
Look at
legally.
Look at this fancy man. It's getting hot in here. But just kidding. So basically, here's my whole tutorial. It's about 41 minutes to get your A2P approved through this. But pretty much there's 5 steps to get your A2P approved. You buy a phone number. It's $1.50 per month. You customize your A2P website. You connect your website to a domain and host it, which I show in this tutorial. You go to your phone numbers. You submit your A2P. You follow the steps. You get approved. So for example, without getting this video in trouble, we provided a video. This is from Go High Level themselves. So again, half of XLeads is built on top of the Go High Level platform, and the other half is basically on the Leads Dispo side. But we use Go High Level for our texting on here. It's all connected, set up. I mean, literally XLeads just all in one. But the reason, again, people use XLeads over Go High Level is because it's Go High Level is $97 a month. XLeads is $97 a month. So it's the same thing as getting Go High Level, but except we have leads, skip traces, and stuff that Go High Level doesn't. But okay, this is from the Go High Level's A2P approval team. Okay, and basically, he tells you exactly what to say and exactly what you got to fill out to get your A2P approved and what to have on the site. And you just follow that tutorial, and boom, you get your A2P approved. It's really simple. And the biggest hack that I've basically taught everyone was just do exactly what the A2P approval guide tells you to do and you get approved. Mind blown. Whoa! I just do what the A2P guy says exactly word for word and then change it up a little bit to my industry and it gets approved. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Crazy. And so that's exactly how you do it. Pretty easy. So again, we actually also have our weekly A2P workshops in freelancing.com. So if you're somebody that is struggling with A2P also, I'm actually making my whole, like the XLeads A2P team. I'm forcing them to go live. And so let me show you. So every single, so again, if you go to freewholesaling.com, this is our free wholesaling community. Everybody knows it's the best wholesaling community in the world. And if you go to a calendar, right here, we have a weekly A2P workshop we have in the community. So if you just click on the Zoom link inside of freewholesaling.com, oh, I'm not sharing it. There you go. Okay. So if you go to community and you go to calendar, every single Wednesday, we have our XLeads weekly A2P workshop. Now, you don't need to go on it, right? But our whole entire XLeads team will help you get your A2P approved. Even if you don't have XLeads, we'll go out here and help you get your A2P approved. It's just an A2P live stream, and it's just for the people. So if you're struggling with your A2P, every single week, the XLeads team actually goes live, and we actually go into your accounts and we show you what you're doing wrong and how to get it approved. Because some people still do struggle with it, and we don't want to leave anyone behind. So that's open to the public, only inside of freewholesaling.com. And yeah, it's pretty dang cool. So that is our weekly A2P approval workshops. So we're going to go live tomorrow. I won't be on. It'd be my team. But 2 o'clock Eastern tomorrow is the A2P workshops. So the other word you have to know is opt-out language. So unfortunately, with A2P, your text that you initially send out has to have certain opt-out languages in it. So every single text that goes out, the first text that has to go out has to have the word stop, or it has to have the word stop all. It has to have the word cancel. It has to have the word unsubscribe. It has to have the word end, or it has to have the word quit. Now, as somebody that owns XLeads, I cannot tell you to go do things in creative ways. For example, I know people inside of XLeads that have told me, I have never done this, that they put like, so for example, you could text something like, hey, this is Zach, I'm looking to buy your property, and then it says press reply to stop, right? That's what opt-out language says. Now, the cool part is inside of XLeads, you have the ability to customize what your opt-out language says. So we're still in regulation, but you get to change the way you want. Now, some people will put, okay, it has to have the word end in it. Roger that. So what they do is they put like, hey, this is Zach, I'm looking to buy your house. Are you interested in selling it? And then the opt-out language says, stop using realtors. Now that's technically compliant, but not compliant the same way. And what I've personally found is people usually don't get in trouble with it. Some people might get suspended doing it from Twilio, not me. I personally tell you don't do that because it's not worth the suspension. And you also have to have basically sender information. So a whole text message might say, hey, are you interested in selling your property? ? And then says ... Not interested. Totally fine. Just text stop and I'll take the hint. Zach Ginn, local home buyer. Now, that is the opt-out language that I do. That is pretty much the most like edgy thing you can do when it comes to opt-out language. Okay, so again, not interested. So I like to put the ... not interested. That makes it not look like opt-out language. And so the way I do it to get good approval is ... not interested, totally fine. Just text stop and I'll take the hint. And then my sender information is just Zach Ginn, local home buyer. And that is really good. Like I'm just telling you right now, this is probably the best way to go about your opt-out language. You know, you just press custom, you just go to phone numbers and then compliance and then customize. Just honestly, XLeads.com, go to resources. We have a whole text blasting tutorial on there. It's pretty good. Again, I'll show you, if you are using XLeads, I'll show you how to use the tutorial in there. But so just go to XLeads.com. Let's go here. And you just go to resources and then just go to text blasting. My whole text blasting guide, how do you start using basically our automations the right way. How to start using our automations the right way. How to use ChatGPT to get the approval on here. It never likes to show it. Crazy on. There you go. I show how to do snippets, how to change this. And, you know, I have the whole like SMS tutorial, how to use AI to make the best scripts, all that stuff. I would just go to the basically XLeads.com, the help center, and our whole guide on SMS is in there. But like, if you're just doing XLeads, go to there. This is just general text blasting, right? But you should know what opt-out language is, right? Because no one really talks about it. It's probably very important we kind of understand that. Now, landlines is the last term we need to know. Landlines are the enemy of cold calling. You got to remember that. Sorry, the enemy of basically text blasting. You cannot physically text a landline. Think about it. Think about it for a second. Okay? Think about it for a second. What in the world? How do you text a landline? You can't, right? You can only text mobile numbers. So the way A2P and all that stuff happens is if you start texting a bunch of landlines, you're going to have a low delivery rate and you might get suspended on your A2P. So the cool part is XLeads actually physically does this. It already does this. It filters out all landlines for the texting. So if you import lists into XLeads, it won't even let you text them. It'll still let you call them, but it still won't let you text them. We have something called a Twilio validation workflow, which when you just sign up for XLeads, it's automatically enabled in your account. So you don't have to worry about it, but this is basically what the triggers look like. Yeah, so if you are using like another text blasting software and you don't want to use XLeads because you're crazy, you need to go create your own Twilio validation workflow to make sure that you don't text landlines. But I would just use XLeads. But if you don't use XLeads, you can set this up yourself. A little more complicated, whatever $400 a month software, hopefully they can help you out with that. But when it comes to text blasting, there are two ways to do it. You can do it the paid way, which is using XLeads, the easy way, or you can do it the free way, which is a little more difficult. So there are 5 steps to text blasting. Step number 1, if you're using XLeads, we'll talk about the free one next. But if you're using XLeads, all you need to do is step 1, you get A2P approved. You start buying some phone numbers, $1.50 per number. You only need about 1 number per 100 texts you send out every single day. So if you send 500 texts a day, I'd probably buy 5 phone numbers. So that's just the way that I kind of think the best way to do it. Step 2, you're going to pull and skip trace a list. So, I mean, pulling and skip tracing automatically gets done in XLeads because you basically have free unlimited skip tracing. And then step 3, you're going to import a list. You're going to tag the list SMS or AI SMS. And then all the text automatically gets sent out. You're going to text your leads back and then put all the yeses in the CRM, close it, make some wholesale deals. Now, let me say this one more time just in case it gets a little confusing here. All right. Step 1, you are going to get A2P approved. We're going to break this all down too. Don't worry about that. Step 2, we are going to pull and skip trace the lists. And then 3, we're going to put the list inside of XLeads. And then we're just going to tag the list SMS or AI SMS. Sounds confusing. You just import the list. It says, do you want any tags? You can tag it SMS Blaster or tag it AI SMS. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But if you tag a property SMS, it just manually gets sent out. Like you press a button, sends a bunch of text out. If you use AI SMS, then it's going to send a text out and then AI is going to do all the texting for you, right? That's pretty much the big difference. And then you're going to text the leads back yourself or have AI do it. And then all the interested people are going to be in your CRM. So if you're doing it for free, it's a little different, but it's not really too bad. So the way you do it is, number 1, you go get a bunch of Google Voice numbers. And I recommend you get multiple Gmail accounts. So the problem is you can only send about 5 texts per hour per Google Voice account, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually is a lot. And so what you do is you set it with Google Voice, you pull and skip trace your list. Probably TruePeopleSearch.com is the best way to get skip tracing, or cyberbackgroundchecks.com after pulling the list. You're then going to text 5 sellers an hour per number, text them back, and then put the yeses in the CRM. Now, you go to googlevoice.com, right? And you just go to Google Voice, you make an account, you got to connect a phone number to it. So that's the main issue. I recommend somebody makes like 5 Gmail accounts and then they make 5 Google Voice accounts. They find 5 phone numbers they can link into: your aunt, your uncle, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your other ex-girlfriend that still doesn't talk to you, but still you should probably get her phone number so you can connect it. So you could start making money texting. Maybe she'll want you back. But honestly, that's going to be kind of what you want to do, right? Cousins, whatever, right? That's the way I'm going to do it, right? So if you want to get about 5 of that, that means you can send about 25 texts per hour. If you send 25 texts per hour for 10 hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., that is, let's do the math, 25 per hour for 12 hours. Let's do 10 hours. That's 250 texts per day, which is not really too bad. 250 texts per day, multiply that by 25. Let's just do Monday through Friday. You're sending like 6,000 texts a month. Dang, that's pretty good. So Jay says, I thought Google Voice was 10 per hour, not 5. You can do 10 per hour, but your deliverability is going to start tanking potentially. So I would be very, very, very careful about that. So I do 5 per hour. So if you know how to effectively do it the right way, you can get about 250 texts. If you're crazy, you do 30 days a week. So 250 times 300, 250 times 30, that's about 7,500 texts. It costs no money at all. That's great. That's awesome. The main issue with that is you have to set a reminder on your phone like every hour to go out here and text your sellers. And so you just get a reminder. Okay, I'm going to text 5. Okay, go to another account, text 5, and you just do that for 10 hours straight, 20 times. It's a lot. It's very, very, very manual, but it's what you have to do, right? So Jay says, should I limit my 5 texts per hour if I use text now or text? I don't know what that is. So I have no idea. If you're using Google Voice, I would do 5 because you can do 10 and then your account gets deleted. Google won't like that. So it's definitely up to you which way you want to do it. And don't be that guy that tries to text from your iPhone. I had somebody I knew at the gym, and he started following me on the Flip the Work channel, and he and his dad like wholesale land. And great kid. I haven't seen him in 2 months, but a funny guy. He's actually doing real estate deals. He's a cool guy. And he said, you know, what me and my dad do is we send letters out to people that are interested in selling. So we pull a list from the software. We start sending letters out. And I said, bro, why don't you just text the people? He's like, how much you make? He's like, I'm making like 40, 50 grand a month. I said, dude. But I basically told him, I said, dude. I don't make sure anyone else in the gym could hear. If you just texted those people that you were mailing to making 50 grand a month, you could probably double it. He said, what? I could double my income just texting the people I'm sending mail to? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but like we send like 10,000 mail pieces. That would cost me like $1,000 for skip tracing, I said. XLeads! Told him XLeads. And he said, well, I want to do it. And so what Homeboy did was he pulled a list on XLeads, got 10,000 phone numbers, just like that. And he decided he was going to manually text on his iPhone using iMessage because he thought it was he didn't like that XLeads had a green text bubble. He didn't consult with the master, obviously. And he decided he was going to text blast. The first 1,000 people went real smooth. The first 1,000 went real smooth. But guess what happened after the 1,000 texts? iMessage threw him off. His SIM card didn't work anymore. He had to get a new SIM card and new phone number because Apple permanently banned his phone number. It was hilarious because the blue texts are really powerful. I also was negotiating with XLeads on a couple platforms to send blue texts out to people, but it came to like 6 cents a text, and it didn't financially make any. It didn't financially make any sense for me. So we didn't do the text blasting on the blue thing. But I'm telling you right now, use Google Voice. 5 an hour, way better, or use XLeads. And the guy had to get a new phone number. It was actually kind of hilarious. No joke. He was very upset with me. I wish I could I wouldn't even think like I'm saying this funny. But like this guy was like in a long distance relationship with like this girl in Montreal, like Canada. And he was very upset at me that he couldn't text her anymore because his iMessage was connected to his email. And because it's international, right? And so he wasn't dating her, but he was like talking to her, and then he was like really liked her a lot. And he couldn't text her anymore because his iMessage just went kaput. He had to go get a brand new Apple ID, a brand new eSIM. His whole iMessage never worked anymore. And then he had to like DM her on Instagram to switch it. And she thought this guy was just like catfishing him, and they're not together anymore. So I broke them up because he didn't listen to me. He lost a relationship because he didn't listen to his YouTube channel. Moment of silence for this man. Okay, back to work. So make sure you listen to what I say, or you are going to lose. You're going to lose your long distance talking stage. So yeah, all right. Oh yeah, DeAndre says Montreal. Yeah, homeboy didn't speak a lick of French. He had no shot. Some Timothy Chalamet guy was just going to come out of the woodworks in Montreal and sweep her up. That's what I told him. He didn't believe me, but I think that's what happened. French people, man. I'm not even getting into it. But okay, so text blasting motivates others for free. It's basically Google Voice. You start texting, and that's the best way to be doing it, right? Now, pull it, get multiple Gmail accounts, multiple Google Voice accounts, pull the list, skip trace it, text the sellers, text them back, put the S's back in the CRM, and you're going to be good to go. Now, before we start SMS text blasting, there's a couple things we got to know. First and foremost, what kind of leads are we pulling? We have to know how much time you're going to be putting into texting these motivated sellers and the scripts we use and the most common objections and AKA questions. Now, step one, we need to get A2P approved. Okay? So how to get A2P approved? To get A2P approved, all you have to do is just go to the XLeads Help Center and basically get your phone number registered too. Go to the XLeads Help Center, follow the A2P tutorial right there. You're easy, done. Okay. Now, on top of this too, you have to get your phone numbers registered. This is really important. So we tell everyone on the XLeads Help Center now, you have to get your phone numbers registered. So basically, these are basically companies you can use and they cost no money. And they will like reduce your amount of spam and increase the chance that your phones get picked up way higher and your spam rate doesn't get attacked. Now, Luca in the group, in our community, was the first guy to tell me about this like 3 years ago. And I never said a word about it. I was very, very, very quiet about it. And Luca told me never to tell anyone about the secret because he would register his phone numbers even if he didn't have them. Like, I mean, this was before XLeads was a thing. And he said, bro, let me put you on a secret. Don't tell anyone about it. I said, all right, I swear, I swear I won't tell a soul. No joke. I wouldn't tell a soul. Guess what happened? I hired my team's awesome. And he started saying, hey, Zach, like, you know, I used to work with we had somebody who used to work on Go High Level. They're like, you know, we tell everyone to get that registered. I'm like, you didn't, that's a secret with Luca. Luca told me not to tell anyone. He said, well, here are these other Go High Level tutorials on YouTube, and they all tell you to get registered your phone number. And I'm like, really? Really? I'm like, yeah. And then I found out my A2P team was talking to the Go High Level people, and like someone on the XLeads had like, hey, my phone number is always spam. And so I'm like, well, just go ask the Go High Level executives, like, how can we help it out? And they said, oh, you need to get your phone number registered. And then they told our support staff that, and our support staff started telling the customers that. And then out of the blue, I'm even looking at our A2P approval guides, and homeboy's going out here telling people to get their phone numbers registered. And I'm saying, oh no, Luca's going to kill me. But I will let you know, I've let the secret I've let this secret been a secret for a very long time. But Go High Level is literally telling people to register their phone numbers now. And pretty much every single wholesaling software is telling people to do it. So I'm sorry, Luca. But Go High Level is literally telling people to do it. So I don't think the secret's out of the bag. I never said it, but Go High Level started telling people that. And then every other wholesaling software texting guy started saying it. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to spill the beans because literally everyone else is doing it. I'm the last guy. I'm like the last guy to let you know about this. But I swear to Luca, I've not telling anyone. And then everyone started doing it. And then basically I'm like, all right, well, we have to do it now. But yeah, there's this website to get your phone numbers registered. If you just go to the text blasting tutorial on XLeads right here. So XLeads Help Center, we have it. It's freecallregistry.com. So I'll actually link it right here. But it avoids you from getting spam. So let me put the website on. So this is the website. And you just register your phone numbers when you buy it. And it is like good. Really, really good. And this is like a big secret that I was actually nervous talking to everyone about. But everyone kind of had to do. Everyone knows the secret now. So it's not a secret anymore. But it's really, really good. It reaches even more people. It's free. This is a game that no one else tells you unless you start paying a bunch of money, and we just give everyone the free game here. So, okay, step 2, then we pull and skip trace a list. So all you have to do is just go to XLeads really. So again, all you have to do is XLeads is all in there. So just go to XLeads. Let me show everyone. XLeads, you pull a list. Now you can pull a government list too. That's not a problem either. Let's go here. All right. So all you need to do is, let's go share my screen. So this is XLeads, right? Obviously you log in, you're in XLeads, the GOAT platform ever. And pretty much what you got to do is you just go to leads and all your leads pop up right here. So if you want to pull a list, you pull a list right here and all your leads are right here. You pull a list, you skip trace it. It's all in there absolutely for free, right? Done, simple, easy, right? Now, you pull a list, then you skip trace it. So simple. You pull it, you download it, make sure all the phone numbers are included on there, then you skip trace it. So pretty much any cold calling list is going to work. So if you're going out here and you're used to cold calling, high equities, vacants, whatever works for cold calling is going to work for texting. Whatever worked for your direct mail is going to work for texting. This is why texting is really cool. And this is why I tell everyone the fastest way to really scale up your operations in wholesaling is to just keep doing what's working, but in different ways. And I mean, like, Zach, what kind of word salad you just say there? So I like using examples because I just think it's way easier to do. But really think about this. If you are making 20 grand a month cold calling the high equity list using a dialer, if you text blast the same list you were making 20 grand a month cold calling, you're going to double your income. It's crazy, but like you kind of hit people from different angles. So the way I kind of describe it is it's like McDonald's. No, I would say it's actually, let me use this. I'm going to make sure I don't do it the wrong way. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So make sure I do this right way. It's like, all right. It's like Oreos, Sour Patch Kids, and all these things. And so people think it's crazy, but this is literally how I run my wholesaling business. So if you don't want to have Oreos, you decide you want to go out here and buy Sour Patch Kids instead, or you want to buy all these other chocolates and stuff. These are all the brands. These are all owned by the same brand, which is crazy. So if you want what the women call sweet treats, okay? If you want a sweet treat, that's what people on TikTok call it, sweet treat. If you want an Oreo bag, you know, hey, babe, I don't want Oreos. I want Chips Ahoy. Okay, cool. You got tricked. It's the same company. You think, oh, I hate Oreo. I had a bad Oreo one, so I'm only going to buy Chips Ahoy. I hate Chips Ahoy. I'm going to stick it to them by buying Sour Patch Kids. And they these are all owned by the same company. It's actually kind of hilarious. Toblerone, no joke, Toblerone is the GOAT. Okay, I had a Toblerone, which is a Swiss chocolate thing. I had that on top of Mount Pilatus in Switzerland. That thing was insane. The chocolate in Switzerland is insane. But okay, that's just rich wholesaler problems. But the thing about it is you might hit some sellers. The best way to run a food business is Coca-Cola Sprite, right? And so you might be like, you know what? I don't feel like a Coke. I'm going to have a Sprite instead. But guess what? Coca-Cola owns Sprite. So it's the same thing. So you might not answer the phone, but if you get a text, you might go with that person that texted you. Well, it might be on the same company. And so this process has worked really well. And so if you don't feel like answering your phone, you're going to get hit with a text. And so if you're making 20 grand with cold calling, text the same people, you're probably going to double your income. And after you do that, you send them direct mail, and then you kind of do the whole loop, and you do really well. And so I'm telling everyone in here, pulling a text, calling, they all work. I would say high volume is the best. Government lists are obviously the best ones to text. So import into XLeads, skip trace, go out here and text. Now, step 3, once we pull a list, we're going to import it inside of XLeads. And pretty much what you do is, let's go back here into XLeads, show you kind of how this works. So you basically, So here's XLeads. And what you do, obviously, you go to leads, you pull your list, and then you go to contacts, and then you import the data right there. That's pretty much what you do. Now, again, Mr. Beast's favorite platform does not like when I share my screen. I'm not going to say it because I heard that doesn't help the thing. But Mr. Beast's favorite platform is not friendly with me sharing my screen sometimes. So I'm going to be going out here and just showing you pictures and then hiding all the personal information out of it. So you're going to import a list, and then you're going to tag the list AI, SMS, or just SMS. So for example, you go to your leads, you pull it, then you go right here, it says contacts. You see here it says contacts. On the left side, it says deal board. Right here, you click contacts. Now, all this information is hidden. All the tutorial. If you go to the XLeads Help Center, this is not censored, by the way, so you can just see how it actually looks like. But basically, you just go to where it says import contacts right there, and you get to import the list. Then from there, you just have to map the fields. So it might say property address. You match it to street address. We show the tutorials in XLeads.com how to do it, and it's pretty simple. Then from there, when you import the list, it's going to ask you, right? So you see here it says start on the top right-hand corner, top left-hand says start, upload, map, verify. So pretty much what you got to do here is you basically import the list, it gets uploaded, you map the fields out, and then you verify, right? Pretty simple, right? So what you do here is it's going to ask you add tags to import contacts. So you're going to press that, and then you're either going to put SMS blaster, or it says AI SMS bot right there, and boom, you start sending the tag. The cool part here is how the tags basically work is you go out here and you just import the list, you add the tag, and then instantly all the text gets sent out. Pretty simple. So that's just, I mean, so easy, right? So what you want to do is start using good SMS scripts. Now, inside of XLeads, we already have them all built in, but you can go edit them yourself. And you just go to conversation snippets and then edit them. I teach you in the text blast tutorial on XLeads.com how to do it. But I would definitely also consider if you're using Google Voice, what I call my double whammy scripts. So what my double whammy scripts are is it's basically my approach of you attract more you attract more flies with honey than vinegar. And so what I've always done was I'd actually go out here and text blast my sellers in a 2-part sequence. The way I treat my double whammy script is how a boxer goes out here and boxes. So last Thursday, me and Rick had to do an earlier stream because for Father's Day, I got really cool tickets to the PFL championships. And Leon Edwards' brother was the headliner. So is Fabian Edwards. So Leon Edwards' brother was fighting somebody, and it was the PFL championship for like $1 million. It was really cool. So me and Rick are there live. And everyone knows Leon Edwards, right? Leon Edwards is one of the greatest, I think, middleweights still. And he's very famous for having the most insane knockout on Kamaru Usman ever. Okay, I don't want to nerd out on MMA. But pretty much Leon Edwards was getting his brain bashed in for about 5 rounds. And then and basically what Leon Edwards was doing the whole fight, though, was he would do a little sidestep. And the reason he did a sidestep is he'd see how the guy reacted. And then he would pretend to go for a jab. And all he was doing all fight was he went left jab, left jab. And every single time he did a left jab, he would go protect. He'd protect the left side, right? So no, right jab. So he'd go right jab, protect the left side. So he did that for 5 rounds. Leon got beat up the whole fight. He had no shot to beat this guy just in a fair fight. So right jab, he'd hide. So for 25 minutes, he just kept doing this. Right jab, he's like, this guy keeps doing the same thing. This is so stupid. 30 seconds left in the fight. Leon Edwards does the right jab, and the guy goes, duh. He does that. But guess what happens? He gets an insane roundhouse kick to the neck that he wasn't protecting. He went, bleh. And it was one of the craziest knockouts ever. And the reason that it went so well, he effectively set up the knockout. So he kind of tricked the guy right here. Okay? Insane. All right? Let's see here. Hold on, I'm trying to get this set up. All right. So he set that up perfectly. And so what you need to go out here and basically, so the fight with Fabian Edwards, go look up Fabian Edwards knockout last week. It was insane. Guess what his brother did? The same thing. Same thing. Me and Rick were watching this. I'm like, he's setting him up. And he goes, roundhouse kick, because I like training MMA. Guy went out. It was sick knockout. He didn't like the second round, though. So I love that part in MMA and fighting and stuff like that. And so basically, what you need to do, okay, is go out here and set it up the same way. And so what I like to do is what I call my double whammy. It's like jab, jab, right hook. And so what double whammy script is you try to trick the carriers and the algorithms. And so what we like to do here is we like to go out here and basically hit the text in a weird way. So the way we text it is, hey, I just drove by your house. It looks like something's up. Are you okay? Instantly. People always text back. What's going on in my house? Always text, hey, this is your neighbor, Zach. I just drove by the house. Like something looked off. Are you all right? They're like, what's wrong? The reason is with Google Voice and some of these text blasting softwares, if you text, are you interested in selling your property? It actually gets really bad results. And so we always get our insane reply back rate. So our phone numbers never get really spam on the texting. And then we always text back, no, I was just seeing if you're looking to sell your property. Now, I know it's a little aggressive guerrilla marketing, but it gets really good results. I've been doing this for 5-6 years now, and I've had nothing but like good results with it. So I do highly recommend that you use the double whammy script. It's a very powerful tool. Use it wisely, but you'll be getting a ton of deals doing it. And then from there, you can just use cold outreach scripts. Hey, this is Zach. Are you interested in selling your property? I would just highly recommend that you just go out here and use AI. Just ask ChatGPT to make you scripts. And that's going to be the best way you can go out here and do it. Highly recommend you go do it. Okay? Just telling you. All right? There we go. All righty. There we go. All right, cool. So yeah, that's the way I'm selling. And then you go into snippets, you can go change it inside your XLeads. We teach you how to do that, right? Oops. I don't know why I was in there. But and then step 4, you text your leads back. So you start sending all the text out. Either AI is going to text it for you, you're going to text them back. And the main goal of texting a seller back here is to get the phone call. That is it. The only reason we text motivated sellers is to get an offer and appointment set. We are not here to text back and forth just to call them. Okay? I want everybody to understand this. The main goal, okay? The main goal of when you're texting these people back is to go out here and actually get them to call you. You're not trying to text them like a high school, like two little high school sweethearts that are talking for the first time. Oh, how's your day today? How's my day? And you text back like 3,000 things. Okay? No. Okay? We're not texting back and forth 500 times. That's probably one of the biggest issues I've ever seen in wholesaling. Is some of y'all like just to have full-blown conversations with someone over text. No. You're interested? Let me call you and see if you're serious. I'm telling you, the best wholesaling deals, I mean, most really good wholesaling deals, they're never going to be texting. They'll text back and forth, but they're never, ever going to be like really good wholesale deals. The really good deals, they'll always call because urgency and speed. And do not be giving, and I'll let everyone know, do not send offers over text. The point of the text is, oh, you're interested? Hit them with a call. Boom! Hit them with a call. That's what you're supposed to do. So many people, I don't get it. They'll go out here and they'll just never want to call. And they just want to just keep texting about, no, you just got to call them. Or you go out here to have AI do the SMS for you. So just text the sellers and AI will reply back. And if they're a good lead, it'll be put in your deal board CRM. Simple. So if you use AI SMS, the AI will text everyone back. And if it's a good lead, it's going to be put in your deal board. So all you have to do is if you're using the AI, you can tell this is live. Basically, if you're using AI SMS, just go to your deal board And all the leads that the AI thinks that's interested is going to be under wants to sell. And then just to confirm it, it's going to give you basically a whole summary of how the text went. And the AI will answer that too. Now, if you have the AI enabled, the cool part is if somebody calls you from the text, the AI will answer the text too. Now, if you're not using AI and you send, let's say, 5,000 texts in the day, you're probably going to get 50 to 100 calls. People are like, how do I answer that? Well, just have a conversation. So, for example, someone calls you in. Hey, I just got a text from you. Well, what's going on? Hey, this is Zach. I was just seeing if you're looking to sell your property. I was probably texting you, just seeing if you want a cash offer. Why? Well, I'm just looking to buy properties. I mean, I can either buy them to rent them out, buy them to flip them. I mean, it's what I'm looking to do. I mean, are you interested in selling it? Just a regular, oh, you are? What's the address? And then just have a full conversation, right? Don't be the person ignoring those. So how much does the AI texting cost? Inside of XLeads, it's about, I think, 2 to 3 cents per text, or you can pay $127 a month for unlimited texting. So it's not for everyone, obviously, but I will tell you this. It comes out to, I believe, let's do this. If you're texting more than 4,000 a month, it's cheaper to do the unlimited option than not. Just giving you the FYI. Done. Simple. Then from there, you put all the yeses in your CRM. So again, you just go out here and you press add opportunity. Oops. You press add opportunity and cha-ching. All the leads that are interested go in there, deal board, close them, get it signed, go from there. Now, the most common objections when you're texting, you should know how to text them back is, who is this? What do you want? I always say, my name is Zach. So I always do this. Hey, my name is Zach, and I'm looking to buy some properties in the area for cash. That's who I am. That's what I want. My name is Zach. What do you want? I'm looking to buy properties. Are you interested in selling it? Next one. Why do you want to buy my house? I always hit them with the pretty much regular one. Hey, why am I looking to buy your house? Well, I'm usually looking to buy it either for me and my partner to rent it out. Maybe if it needs a little more work, we will go and fix it up and flip it. Maybe we'll fix it up and rent it out. I mean, there's a lot of things we do to these houses. I mean, it really depends on the situation. I mean, how long have you been looking to sell your property? Deflect. What is it? Uno reverse card. I need a Uno reverse card in the studio, just to show everyone my skill sets. Uno reverse card for everyone. And then from there, again, what's your offer? I get that asked a lot. So, what's your offer? What's your offer? Over text. Hey, I would love to go out here and give you an offer. I mean, are you free for me to come by maybe tomorrow, go check out the house? Whoa, don't go by my house. Why? You're not interested? I'm not interested, but I want an offer. Oh, okay. So if you get somebody who just wants an offer, no joke, just offer, just say this basically, like, hey, when's a good time for me to come by your property? I'm telling you, if you offer that, if someone's interested in, if they actually want a cash offer, they actually want to sell their property, but they hit you with the what's your offer, but they are interested. They say, what's your offer? Can I come by tomorrow at 1 o'clock? And I'd love to see the property, actually physically look at it and give you an offer. Yeah, okay, I'm free, because they're actually interested. The ones that are like tire kickers, they're going to freak out. Like, oh, don't go buy a house. Oh, because you're not interested. Get out of here, bro. And then from there, one of the most important ones is you need to track your 4 KPIs. What is your delivery rate for your texting, which is basically how many texts that get sent out and actually how many get delivered. Under phone numbers and analytics, we have a whole analytics section in XLeads for that. Your reply rate is really important. That's how many texts you send out and how many people reply back. So again, what I would tell you to do right now is if you can deliver, you can see your delivery rate. Then if you send, let's say 1,000 texts and 300 people reply back, that's a 30% response rate. You want your delivery rate to be over 90%. You want your reply rate to hopefully be over 10%. Your leads per text. So how many leads are you going to get per text? Sorry. How many texts per lead? Sorry, I wrote that wrong. But basically, I think about every 2,000 texts, you should be getting at least someone interested. And then what's the cost per deal? I'd probably be about $500 to $600 cost per deal, maybe 1,000 if you want to go crazy like that. And the real question is, how many texts should I be sending? I'd probably tell you to send, if you're someone with a decent budget, just a regular budget, I'd say about 20,000 texts a month. Now, I might be like, Zach, 20,000 texts a month. Are you crazy? Are you crazy right now? 20,000 texts a month? Bro, you're off your rocker. That costs a lot of money. I'm like, that's like $1,000 at my other software. I'm like, well, it costs about $200 on XLeads. So $200, I don't think that's really bad at all. And again, that's how you SMS text blast. So guys, I recommend using XLeads for it. You can use whatever software you possibly want. But when we're kind of looking at the hierarchies of how much things cost, spending $300 probably total using XLeads for texting 20,000 people is a pretty dang good deal. And if you're looking to spend $500 on some crazy software for other, I mean, cold calling is going to be better and cheaper, but a lot more work. And then you got the free options we teach in wholesaling.com, right? So you got the free stuff, you have the regular stuff, which is probably the SMS, and then you can start getting into like direct mail. And then if you want to go crazier budget, you can go to PPL. So that's how you do it from there. Again, I get a lot of people who ask me about PPL. I speed lead, what should you do? Well, again, I have said this before, but like you get $24. You actually get PPL. You get I speed lead coupon club for $24 if you have XLeads. That's why all the people who are using PPL, like all the PPL guys and gals, literally just go to XLeads just for the $24 pricing. And so, yeah, just letting everybody know that. But yeah, that's how I'd SMS text blast. So if you want to check it out, I would recommend you go to XLeads.com or just go through all of our tutorials on XLeads.com on the resources. You should be good to go. But yeah, go to XLeads. We have a PPL section now. Crazy. Because you get it for everyone better than ever. So what I want to do is let me answer some questions. I always get a little jacked up for this and I always get excited. So let's answer some questions and let's see what I can do to help you out and help everyone out in wholesaling real estate. And so Dwayne says, I got mine approved today. First time following his training, ChatGPT made my policy. Good job, Dwayne. Guys, A2P approved. Jorge, what's up, Jorge? Jorge says, who has figured out how to unlock classes without likes in school chats? Jorge, you are not allowed to get all of the courses we teach in wholesale.com if you do not want to interact with the community. You have to be rewarded for actually interacting with the community. Jorge, I promise you, you will make more money interacting with community members and networking than not. Because I even give you rewards for networking. I don't need to give any of those people. Rick's probate course, I don't need to give that out. Rick's creative finance course, I do not need to give that out. Our recorded live calls that we are never showing on YouTube, I don't give those out for free. You have to earn it by networking with our community. Now, it doesn't cost any money, but Jorge, trying to kind of skip the line on not networking and being there. I only want that course to be in a right person in our community that actually wants to help other people. Unfortunately, you can't skip that process. Brad sent me $5. Thanks, Brad. I will be using that. Using that for $5. I'll be using that to buy probably a pizza or something. I don't know. We'll get some pizza or something today. I got 2 fantasy football drafts this weekend, so I need to lock in. My fantasy football strategy, guys and gals, mostly guys, is I've won my fantasy football leagues once, and the only time I ever won fantasy football is when I don't look at anybody. Okay, so just saying that. Also, I would tell everyone in here to, if you have fantasy football, draft Ollie Gordon. Homeboy's going to be a beast for the Dolphins. I don't think he's going to be a starter, but he's probably going to get a ton of carries. He's the next Davon Anche. Anton, I think it's Anton. Zach, when you're using the power dial in XLeads, how does it go about the do not call? Is it dialing or skips it? It calls the DNC list because of the new case law. We're pretty protected. That's why we talk about it. Brianna says, I will say, going through a hostile divorce and assets are frozen. Jesus, Brianna. Sorry about that. Oh, my gosh. Having XLeads has been so helpful, so I don't have to get out here. So I don't have to go out here for 18 different subscriptions. Oh, yeah. Damien says, Jericho has helped me set up my SMS text blasting. That's right. So Jericho, he also goes by Echo. He runs our onboarding, and he runs our A2P workshops. So he's going to be on tomorrow on the onboarding call every single morning at 11 a.m. And he's also going to run the A2P workshops, which is really cool. All the recordings of that is right there. Gaetano says, where do you guys get your data for buyers? So XLeads has a dispo button. It's pretty cool. So let me show you, Gaetano. So Gaetano, all I do is I just press dispo, and your XLeads dispo tab pops up right here. All you need to do is just put your address and all the cash buyers that are all skip traced, the top flippers and landlords. That XLeads is a data platform. Also, Gaetano, if you don't tell your friends, all you need to do is just press PPL right here. So we have a little PPL platform. So if I think I saw some Gaetano talking about he's buying PPL leads. If you have Coupon Club, Gaetano, tell everyone, just buy XLeads, go to PPL, and you get Coupon Club for $24 a lead. It's $29 everywhere else, but if you have XLeads, you get it for $24. Pretty cool. So I saw Gaetano's buying PPL leads. So I said, hey, I just make it cheaper for Gaetano, help my guy out. Ron says, is Go High Level a separate company that works with XLeads? And so XLeads is built, a lot of the XLeads platform is built on top of Go High Level and then customized for that. And then we add all the leads in dispo, so it's all in one. So we work very, very closely with Go High Level for a lot of the calling and texting and CRM, mostly the automation KPI. So yeah. Let's go out here. So Brad says, don't the carriers block you if you words like property sell offer? So A2P is kind of hit or miss with that. But I will let you know that once you hit them with the double whammy, so if the seller replies first, then you can use whatever words you want. So that is the actual hack. Andre says, so with XLeads, is there no need for PropStream anymore? I mean, I don't really know. PropStream has things that XLeads doesn't have. So it's really up to you. But I will let you know this, Andres. There's plenty of people that have PropStream and XLeads. So yeah. So I'm pretty sure PropStream is going to be, I think they're going to be coming out with a lot of really cool stuff too. So yeah, I'm actually really hoping PropStream comes out with SMS. I know they bought Batch Leads, and I think Batch still doing SMS. I'm not too sure. But I really hope PropStream comes out with texting. That'd be really cool. Because PropStream's an awesome company. So yeah, you can use both. I mean, it's really up to you. But yeah, I recommend XLeads. But still, if you want to check out PropStream, it's listrei.com. You can do a free trial there. But I just get XLeads. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. JTREI says, when I'm using reverse price anchor to close the sellers virtually, how would you add in the reason of a lowball to put that percent of closing the wait? When I'm using reverse price anchor to close the sellers, how would you add in the reason of the lowball to put that percent closer? So the reason I always use is usually, the best way I always do it is I always just use the property being nasty as an excuse for the repairs, but also you can use a partner. So you can use me for it. That's the way I do it. Yeah, pretty crazy. Also, I have a fun little announcement. Let me check my phone. Oh, sick. Awesome. Okay, give me a second. I have an announcement. I was waiting all day for this. Okay. Hold on. I got to write it down. Where is it? Z. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Now I got it set up. All right. Let's talk about it. All right. Let me say sure. Hold on. This is a fun announcement. This is going to be cool. Okay. Do I have it all set up? Let me just make sure. Okay. All right. So me and Rick have been invited to speak at an event. And I've never spoken at an event outside of mine ever before. And I usually don't speak at any events. But a couple of my friends are going to be there. And they asked me. And so at this event, Richard Taylor's going to be there, which I run a podcast with him on my personal channel. He's going to be there, so I wanted to support him. Max Deer, I just did a podcast with him. I wanted to support him. So he's going to be speaking at the event. I actually trying to get him to be a headline speaker. I'm pushing for it. And then Gene at I Speed a Lead, who just helped me with these $24 leads, he's going to be there. So I said, all of them are speaking, and they all asked me, Zach, why don't you just be like a headline speaker? I said, I don't know. And so I basically said, well, can I just have XLeads sponsor the event if all my buddies that are going to be there? And then it ended up, I'm not allowed to sponsor. I don't want to get into all that stuff. XLeads couldn't sponsor this event. So I said, well, how about I just speak there? And I am happy to announce I am going to be one of the speakers at wholesalinglive.com. So I'm going to an event called Wholesaling Live. And again, it's very unusual for me to do this. So it's kind of weird, right? Because like I'm not big on paid events, but I'm going there to promote XLeads like crazy. And so I thought, hey, if you're in San Antonio, go check it out. So it's ran by Charles Hernandez. And the only reason Charles Hernandez and I are cool, even though he sells coaching, which whatever, it's his thing, go do it, right? Whatever, it doesn't hurt me on the XLeads, is he loves XLeads. So he's let me speak there. And also what's really cool about it is I said, hey, he said, oh, here's an affiliate. Like I said, I don't want any affiliate link. I already make a lot of money. I said, give me a code where it's 50% off. He's like, that's a lot. I'm like, it's 50% off. And it just helped people out. Like literally, it just give me a code that nobody else who's speaking has a code. And I don't want to affiliate. Everyone else who speaks there, they have their little affiliate code. They get paid on the back end. I said, I don't want any payment. Just use the code. And so if you use code Z50, I don't know how long that's going to be there, you can go hang out with me on October 18th. So I'll let everybody know it's it's actually a 3-day event. I'm not going to be there on the first 2 days. I'm going to be on the last day for the prime speaking spot. So it's like Tony Robbins. I'm flying in, coming in, speaking, and going. But I'll be there all day on the 18th. So you get to hang out with me for all day that day. But also, there's gonna be a lot of people. I don't know if you can hang out with me. My personal events you can. And then Rick's going to be there on the 17th and 18th. So we're going to speak together. So Rick's going to be there for both days. I'm going to be there only for 1 day. So I just want everyone to know, the reason I have to say it is I was like, should I even tell people about it? They're going to sell the snot of that event, and everyone's going to feel like I'm going to be there for 2 or 3 days. I'm going to be at the VIP. I'm not going to be at the VIP dinners. I'm not going to be I'm just going to speak there and be at the event for the day. So let everybody know, I'm going to be at the event. You're more than invited to go say hi and meet me. But I will let you know that I'm not going to be there the day before. Rick's going to be there the day before, but I will be there. And so it's pretty cool. Me and Charles go way back. He was my first podcast hosts when I had 500 subscribers. And so he always believed in the mission that we had here. And he's one of the very, very few guys that sell a wholesaling program that has never hated me for doing everything for free. And so I want to go help support him too. And he's pretty cool. So he told me somebody last minute backed out. And so they had the prime spot. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'll go do it since that happened. So yeah, it's pretty dang cool. So yeah, I'm speaking at Wholesaling Live, me and Rick together on the October 18th. So if you use code Z50, you get 50% off. I will be there and I will be speaking. So it'll be pretty dang cool. So yeah, pretty excited for a live event. And it's going to be in San Antonio, the 17th and 18th. And yeah, it's be pretty cool. Go support some other people that I support in the industry. And yeah, check it out. Be pretty dang fun. So again, I don't really have anything to pitch or sell at that event, but I'm going to go hang out with everyone there. I think it's going to be live streamed. I think he might be selling the live stream of it. I will let everyone know. I will find a way to get it recorded and post it on YouTube for free. Okay. I will find a way. He might be selling the live stream portion. I literally have no idea. It's literally outside of my control. But I'm going to find a way to just get my camera in there to record me talking, and then it will be live. It won't be live stream. It might be recorded and sent out for everyone. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, we're going on speaking to promote XLeads. So XLeads.com, we're pushing it like crazy, and then the freewheelsing.com community. So 50% off Z50, and check it out. But yeah. If you want to join a free real estate wholesaling community, just go to freewheelsing.com. You never have to go to any of these events or anything like that. But again, I'm not really against a paid event because it's not like $3,000 for the event, right? And you get 50% off. I think, let me see how much it costs. So it would cost around $120 to go there for 2 days, which isn't really too bad. Now, everyone's going to be selling the snot out of you on softwares and coaching and stuff. So just like FYI, I'm speaking there, but just FYI, I have literally no control over what they do there. So just don't be mad at me. But yeah, if you want to join a free real estate wholesaling community, go to freewholesaling.com. I'll see you soon. This is Zach signing out. Start SMS text blasting, and I'll see you.